So today I'm going to be testing some solder wick. I originally brought this stuff. It was the cheapest one I could find. And then after about a couple of months I switched to this stuff here. And there was a substantial difference in quality. So I thought I'd buy 3 more, these here, and compare them. Now, there is a difference in the thickness. Sorry, the width. I haven't measured the thickness, but we can measure that as well. And I've gone ahead and removed the potentiometer that was on this toaster board, and we're going to use this area here to test it. Now, in the purposes of being fair, I think I'll kind of fold this up. I don't know how much is going to be required, but I want to put roughly the same amount on. How many we got? 5 fluxes, so I need 5 reps here. Is that right? 1, 2, yeah, that's right. Okay. Now I just want it to be approximately the same amount of solder that I put on the pads. Alright, so we've got a couple of pieces there. So first thing I think we're going to do is measure with the calipers the thickness. Now these are varying thickness, so I just read what they're supposed to be. The label's gone on this one. I got another one here. So it's supposed to be 2.5 mil. Now I've bought 3 of this particular type, and they always seem to be really stretched out, like someone's pulled them. I don't know if that's a factory thing, but yeah, make of that what you will. So I'm gonna measure, and it's closer to 2 mil. Claims to be 2.5. Got another one here. This one is supposed to be 2 mil. And yeah, that's pretty much spot on. This one, let's have a look. This is supposed to be 3.5. And yeah, there's a little bit extra there actually. We got this one, which is supposed to be 3 mil. Again, I think there's probably a little bit extra. Tiny bit. And then this one is again 3 mil. Now I will say this one certainly looks wider, and there's definitely more than 3 mil there, for sure. Alright. Now I could have measured wrong, so this particular test is not methodical lab conditions, but anyway, I've got this board here, and we're going to flip it over now and test. Oh, before we get to using the wicks, I think I should show you each of the wicks under the scope, because there is a difference. So, one thing to bear in mind here is that the lens here, the auxiliary lens, is different from the lens here. This is a 0.7 down the bottom and a 0.5 up here, so there'll be a slight variation in your clarity versus my clarity. I do apologize if it's not very good. This is the first wick, the first one I brought. Let me bring in the second one. I think it's this one. So this is the second one I brought here. And straight away you can tell there's a difference, right? The newer one has a much more well-defined braid, and the top one, which is the original one I purchased, looks more like a wire, to be honest. If I zoom in a little bit more here, I'll just adjust the focus. One moment. Okay, can you see that? Yes, so you can see that the flux in the top one here, it's kind of greeny white, and on here I can see it. I'm not sure if it comes. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so like them, it's like dandruff, I suppose. So yeah, much more of a white flux here. There does appear to be a lot on here. But I suppose given the density of this, it's probably about the same or a little bit more on this one. Let me bring in another one. And you probably notice there's a lot more flux on this. Let me try and get you in focus a little bit better there. I can't really do much about the wobble. It is what it is because the scope's mounted to the table and the table only has 2 legs. And let me just show you as well the difference here in the brightness, or the coloration I should say. And you can probably see it there even though the focus is now terrible. Bear with me. Yep. You can probably see it there. Yeah, it's notably different. And we'll bring in the other 2. But it seems that the quality of all these is kind of about the same. It's just the cheaper one that has an issue. It looks like these 2 certainly have more flux than this bottom one. And then I'll bring in the last one. And again, this has got like a greeny white flux. I don't know what that is. But the braids are very similar. I think it's just the first one that has that substantial difference. Alright. So, I'm gonna pin the board down now. And in no particular order, test these out. Again, gonna use the same amount of solder. There is a little bit on the board already, I'll just show. So here we are. I really need to get the same lens. And on the top left there you can see the soldering iron. It's being read in via a webcam. It's going to a small machine learning algorithm which just pulls out the numbers and feeds them to OBS. It's a separate project, and I'll probably do a video about it at some point and release it for if anyone wants to use it. Alright, I've taken one of the fixed... Oh, okay, there we go. It shut off. We got one of those fixed pieces of solder here. I'll try and get each one of the holes. One thing I forgot is the extractor fan. One moment. So, I just want to say thank you to the fellow who left a comment telling me to get one of these, because after a while of soldering, I began to develop some breathing issues. Now, I do have asthma, so it must have been the fumes combined with some other things, but mostly the fumes, and it was making my breathing difficult. And this I brought. It's an inline duct fan. I did want to build my own. I ended up building my own, but it's a very small one. I'm using it on the printer. Anyway, yeah, really good. If you have asthma or anything like that, I highly recommend you get one of these. And thank you again to that fellow. I'll put his comment up somewhere. Alright. Grab this solder. Oh, let me just switch you over. Okay, I'll try and finish off these holes here. Yep, I don't want to use it all, so there we go. Alright, I'll start off with the first one that I brought, and we'll see how easy it is. Again, it could be skill issue, but let's have a look. So you can clearly see it sucking up there. Not too well, but it did the job. And then this one here. I think we got him. Yep, so this was the first one. It's better than I remember. Let's try the next one. Alright. So this is the thickest braid, coming in at 3.5 mil. Wow, much quicker, sucks it up much better. Yep, you can probably see that. Yeah, just more pleasant to work with, to be honest. Wasn't as tedious to work with. Filling the holes again. Alright, I'll go for the thin wick this time, but I think this is going to be a disaster. So you see that smaller wick, despite having so much flux that it was falling off, I think that might be testament to the quality of the flux used actually, because even though it had a large amount of flux, it is not pulling up very well, and I don't think it's just due to the size, the width of it. Now again, it could be technique. I mean, I'm on 400 degrees there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, if I hold it here, you can see it is pulling, but it's not pulling very well. Let's try and get this 2 over here. I think this is going to be very difficult. Yeah, again, it's pulling, but it's not pulling well. Sorry, you're not in focus there yet. There we go. It's probably going to take a while. Try and speed it up. So I think one thing to bear in mind here is if you're going for the thinner thinner braid, it is going to saturate really quick. Let me cut this because it's floating in the air and it's very annoying. We can already see we use quite a bit of it there. Alright. Back in view. Coming in for the final part here. Let's see if we can get it this time. Yep. And yep, we're good. Okay, we got there in the end. So a bit of a faff, to be honest. But we did get there in the end. 2 more left to go. Let me just patch that hole up once again. Alright. Yep. And this is a 3 mil braid. It was one of the ones that looked like it has a lot of flux on it. Let's see if this is quality flux or if it's cheap. Oh, definitely quality. Look at that. Straight up. Yeah, it's done already. Let's try and get a better view of it here. Melting so well. Yeah, look at that. I can just this is nice. There's a notable difference in quality here for me. I'm not sure if it's coming across on the camera. Really quick. Definitely got a lot of flux on. Definitely good quality flux as well. I just patch these up again, and then we'll get ready for the last wick to test. Alright. And this is the last wick. This is a 3mm wick. I think we measured it a little bit smaller than 3mm. It doesn't look stretched or anything, so it just might be factory tolerance. Let's go for this one first. And this is also, I would say, good quality. Yeah, sucked it up straight away. Yeah, look at that. You can tell by the flow. I don't know if the flow is visible very well on camera, but it is notable. The other thing I will say, like, you can clearly see the residue here of the flux, so that's really nice, but also it saturates very quickly, like really, really quick. So I think I would end up using more of this because it saturates so much. Even though it's really, really good, I'm going to get through this a lot quicker. And that's all of them. So let me just switch back. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So it's got to be a toss-up for me between these two here. The rest of them, actually the cheap one I brought wasn't the worst one. I'd say the worst one was probably this 2mm one, even though, you know, it'd be useful for SMD work to get inside components. It just didn't pull very well at all. I don't think, again, that is due to the width. I think it's due to the quality of the flux used on it. So one of these is 3mm, one is 3.5. I will reveal which brands they are because they're pretty good wick. So this is the hockey one. This was the one I have been using for a while, and it's 3.5. And then this is the Goot wick. That's 3mm. This pulled, I think, the best. And this was still pretty good. So yeah, I definitely check your wick. And maybe test a few different types, few different brands, because there is a difference. And obviously it's going to be easier to work with. You're going to be able to get more done. Anyway, that was wicks. So takeaways are: width is important. The quality of the flux is important. I think we can also say that even though we checked under the scope and this was covered in flux, it's not just the amount on there, it's also the quality. So the quality, the width, and then the braid as well. If we remember, this first one is more like a loose wire, but this is a well-defined braid, so definitely makes a difference. Alright, thank you.